Hey everyone! I know it's been a long time since we've done one of these, and that's mainly because of how much time it takes to make these videos, and gathering footage in Team Fortress 2 hasn't exactly been easy recently. However, I have managed to get my old server working again, which I bring online now and then through our Discord server for Patreon supporters and Twitch subscribers. Here I can more easily get footage without having to worry about bot problems, so I'd like to get back into doing these top 9 or 10 or whatever lists. But I'd also like to do these for other games aside from just TF2. So if that idea interests you, let me know in the comments what kind of games and list concepts you would like to see in the future. Maybe we could even hold a Twitter poll for the most popular ideas and vote on which one should be done next. If you haven't followed me on Twitter, or didn't know before this video that I even had a Twitter, then I'll put the link here on the screen and in the description of the video. So yeah, let me know what you would like to see in the future. It would probably be a lot more likely for me to do a list on games I have already done videos on the channel before. Examples being maybe my 10 favorite weapon overclocks in Deep Rock Galactic, or my favorite tracks from Grip or Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, favorite video game soundtracks, best shaders mods in Minecraft, maybe my favorite ship sets in Sea of Thieves. You guys get the idea, and you can probably think of more than I can, so be sure to tell me in the comments below. I think that's pretty much everything I needed to cover in the intro. Aside from, if you'd like to join our Discord, a link to that will be in the description as well. You really should. It's a much more reliable way to find out when new videos are coming out and get involved in events and such. So, yeah, I'll stop holding you guys up and let you get right into the video. Team Fortress 2 is not in the best state right now. It hasn't been for a while. Aimbots have plagued the servers more severe than the game has ever seen before in its 13-year history. Valve has been making some small attempts to combat this, like fixing a server crash exploit and being more strict on new accounts' permissions to communicate in the game, but it still has a long way to go, and the creators of these bots are not just going to sit back if Valve fixes anything. They are always looking for new exploits and new ways to ruin the game. As of this video, it is almost impossible to find a game of Team Fortress 2 that will not eventually have, or if not already has, multiple aimbots in them. And sadly, not everyone is willing to kick these bots. So if you still want to play casual TF2 at this point and fight back, I have a few loadouts in mind that should help you do just that. This list will cover one loadout per class, and some classes are obviously going to be way better at dealing with this than others. Let's start with the best of the best, shall we? First up is Medic, and a good Medic will almost be a requirement against larger groups of bots. The best thing you can have as Medic is the Vaccinator's bullet resistance. Popping bullet and swapping to other resistances if needed while the resistance bubble is active. For primary, I would go with the Overdose. If your heal target dies, you need something that can get you out of the sightlines as quickly as possible, and an Uber Saw should help you get that extra Uber and speed as well. The best thing you can do is build your Uber charge in spawn if there's a lot of them, and wait to find yourself a good heal target. But who is a good heal target? Heavy is surprisingly good against aimbot users, especially with a Vaccinator medic on you. Fists of Steel give you a huge resistance to range damage while you close the gap. Once up close and personal, the minigun you use depends on how many of them there are. If it's a couple of them, then the Tomislav is the best for fast deployment. If there are a lot of them though, you're going to want the damage resistance and superior DPS of the Brass Beast. Don't worry about holding still this time, you're gonna get headshot either way. Now, for his secondary, a Dalikus bar if you don't have a medic, but if you intend to win this battle, you should use a shotgun or a family business. Maybe a panic attack? Why do you want to use those? Well, a lot of bots know how much trouble an overhealed heavy is, and will take the time to fully charge a shot when they see one. In that time, fat scout it up and run at them with a shotgun. It's surprisingly effective. These two, Heavy and Medic, are your best bet. However, let's see what some of the other classes can do to help an aimbot situation as well. Soldier has something amazing for dealing with headshots and any other crits. The Battalion's Backup, granting you crit immunity, which means quickscopes are only doing a small, manageable amount of damage. To charge this, however, without getting killed is not going to be easy. Thankfully, there is just one rocket launcher that can safely charge the backup. Let's say you're being pinned down in spawn. You can peek and shoot a rocket, and survive with enough HP to go back to the supply cabinet, but this would take ages to charge your meter with just one rocket at a time. Maybe you could get off 2 in time, but that's pretty risky. Good thing this thing can fire one big mini crit boosted blast that also lights them on fire. Charging the meter aside, the Cowmangler 5000's charge shots might just be enough to kill them all together one at a time, assuming they themselves don't have a medic. And while you are pushing out, if you get shot and are in the line of fire for another one, get out of there quick with the escape plan. Next is Demo Man. Now, I tossed him around for a while, trying to think what is the most effective. Quickie and Lock and Load have good range and speed, but unless everything lands, you're better off just killing them in one quick shot. Plus, for moving across the sightlines, you're going to want speed and health on your side. Maybe Demo Knight? Now think about it. The booties give you extra speed and health, and the Splendid Screen is the fastest recharge that can deal full crit damage. Plus, it's not like any of the other shields offer bullet resistance anyway. You probably don't want to stop dead in your tracks if you get shot either. Tide Turner. Anyway, as for the sword, I say we go with one that can give you a lot of extra health and movement speed and increase your bash damage. The Eyelander. The booties will make up for its downsides, and it's not like 175 HP versus 200 HP is gonna make a big difference against 150 HP quickscopes anyway. Moving on, we are starting to get less and less helpful, but against vaccinator-pocketed bots, different damage types are going to help a lot if the Demo Knight didn't already get them. Pyro is simple. Since the bots either like to spin or only face in one direction, the backburner can do some serious damage to them. From a distance, I prefer the Scorch Shot to the detonator for ease of use and the ability to knock them back. Like, say they just peeked around a corner. You could knock them back where they came from, keeping not only you, but the rest of your team safe for another moment. And again, for sightline travel and escape reasons, we're probably going to want a Power Jack. Third degree if they have like 5 pocket medics, though. Wanting to try your hand at counter-sniping them, Well then, since you don't need to no-scope, and they know where you are anyway, then I don't see any reason to not use the Machina to do that. Add a Cozy Camper on there for flinching reasons, and a Shiv. Why the Shiv? The if I'm gonna die, you're going down with me approach. Engineer. Pumps in 6,000? I think it's 6,000. Maybe I should proofread this. Pumps in 6,000 for draining any pocket bots of their uber, plus it's a lot more accurate from long distance than a shotgun. Gunslinger for HP if you're a little more aggressive. It's not going to help you against headshots any, but it could help with some of the other players. If more defensive is your style, or if that's a requirement, then the Southern Hospitality for the same reason as the Shiv. As for the secondary, it doesn't really matter. If the aimbot isn't great, then use the Wrangler to close the gap while you use your sentry as a shield. Though, if you're using a mini-sentry, that isn't exactly gonna help. Maybe the short circuit in that case? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Spy's Cloak isn't gonna help you here. It's just better to use the Dead Ringer. If the Dead Ringer is out, then the Spy's health won't matter much against a quickscope unless you have the Kunai with a recent kill. Lastly, the Enforcer, if they have one of those pesky vaccinator bots pocketing them. Or, who's to say it even needs to be a bot? And lastly, we have Scout. And, look, Scout is probably the worst choice to fight an aimbot, but he can try. First is the Winger. Keep your head above the doorways and out of sight of the aimbot with the extra jump height. Since the Sandman can no longer stop them from scoping and firing, you might as well use the Rap Assassin for long-distance bleed? Jeez. The Rap Assassin's the best option. Lastly, if you manage to get close enough, the Soda Popper should be more than enough to kill any aimbot sniper in a second. And that's it. All I can do from here is wish you good luck hunting, and hope that Valve starts getting on top of things.